Welcome to my channel. I am starting by the grace of my creator. How are you all? Using Object Snap. When you turn on multiple running object snaps, the software uses the object snap most appropriate to the object you select. If two potential snap points fall within the selection area, the software snaps to the eligible point closest to the center of the target box. You can add to or subtract from your object snap modes without exiting a current command. Right-click Snap on the status bar and then click Settings. Add additional modes or remove modes. When you click OK, you return to the drawing area and can continue creating your design. In the following illustration, the image on the left shows the cursor closer to the midpoint of the line, therefore, the midpoint will be selected. On the right, the cursor is closer to the end of the line, the endpoint will be selected. Cycling through multiple object snaps. If the dynamic input interface is turned off, you can press Tab to cycle through multiple valid object snaps while touching an object. Procedure: using running object snaps. The following steps are an overview of using running object snaps. 1. On the status bar, right-click Object Snap. Click Settings. 2. In the Drafting Settings dialog box, verify that some of the object snaps are selected and the Object Snap on F3 option is selected. Click OK. On the Home tab, click Draw Panel Line. Place the cursor near other geometry in the drawing. The Auto Snap marker appears as your cursor approaches a snap point. 4. Click to select the snap point, then move the cursor to the next point on the screen. As you approach a snap point, the Auto Snap marker appears near the cursor. Click to select the snap point. If you are using a 3-button mouse or a wheel mouse, you can set the default behavior for the middle button or wheel to activate the Object Snap shortcut menu. Do this by setting the button pan system variable to 0. On the command line, enter button pan. Press Enter. Enter 0. Press Enter. Procedure: using Object Snap overrides. The following steps are an overview of how to use the Object Snap overrides. 1. Begin creating or editing geometry. 2. When the software prompts you to select a point, select an Object Snap from the shortcut menu. Then position your cursor near the object containing the snap point. The Auto Snap marker should appear, 1, indicating the snap point. Click to select the point. Shift plus right-click and select the Object Snap from the shortcut menu. 4. Move your cursor to the next object. The Auto Snap marker appears next to the snap point. Auto Snap Aperture. You can use the Auto Snap Aperture box to inform you when object snaps are active. By default, this option is turned off. The following image shows the Auto Snap Aperture box. When any portion of the aperture box touches an object with a valid snap point, the Auto Snap marker appears, indicating a selectable snap point. Options dialog box, Drafting Settings tab. Under Auto Snap Settings, place a check mark in the box next to the Auto Snap Aperture box. Under Aperture Size, adjust the aperture size by dragging the slider left or right. You can see a preview of the size to the left of the slider. Hint: these kinds of adjustments work well just left of center on the sliding adjustment bar. Practice exercise: running object snap and object snap overrides. In order to practice using running object snap and object snap overrides, you create this drawing 2 times. The first time, do this drawing with the running object snap option turned on. The second time, turn it off and use the overrides by selecting the object snap each time before you pick your point. 1. Begin a new drawing. 2. Be sure that the object snap is on. Right-click and check endpoint, midpoint, and intersection. 3. Draw a rectangle, any size. On the Home tab, click Draw Panel Rectangle. Click to specify the first corner. Drag your mouse and click to specify the other corner. 4. Draw 4 circles the same size with the center points at each corner of the rectangle. On the Home tab, click Draw Panel Circle. For the center point of the circle, click the intersection, or endpoint, of the lines at a corner. Make your first circle, any size. Press Enter to repeat the circle command. Click the endpoint of a line at another corner. Press Enter to accept the default size, which will be in brackets. Repeat for the other 2 circles. 5. Draw 4 connecting lines from the midpoint of each line in the rectangle. On the Home tab, Click Draw Panel Line. Move the mouse to the midpoint of a line on the rectangle. Click when you see the midpoint object snap marker. Move the mouse to the midpoint of the adjacent line and click when you see that midpoint marker. Repeat for the remaining lines. 6. Erase everything. Begin this drawing again. This time turn object snap off. 7. First, draw the rectangle, any size, then create the same drawing as before using the single object snap overrides. To draw the circles, on the Home tab, click Draw Panel Circle. Before you specify the center point of the circle, Shift plus right click and select Endpoint. Click the endpoint of the line. Make the circle any size and repeat these steps for the other 3 circles. To draw the 4 connecting lines from the midpoint of each line in the rectangle, on the Home tab, click Draw Panel Line. Shift plus right click and select Midpoint from the shortcut menu. Move the mouse to the midpoint and click when you see the midpoint object snap marker. Continue with the line command. Shift plus right click and select Midpoint from the shortcut menu and move the mouse to the midpoint of the adjacent line. Click when you see that marker. Repeat these steps for the remaining lines. Though it is far easier and quicker to use running object snap, it is also convenient to occasionally use the object snap overrides. In this exercise you turned object snap off to do the second drawing, however note that it can be left on when the object snap overrides are needed. 9. Close all files. Do not save. Exercise, use object snaps. In this exercise, you create geometry using running object snaps and object snap overrides. When you have completed the exercise, you will be able to use object snaps to create and edit geometry. Note, the exercise covers most but not all object snaps. The completed exercise. Completing the exercise. To complete the exercise, follow the steps in this book or in the on-screen exercise. In the on-screen list of chapters and exercises, click Chapter 2, Creating Basic Drawings. Click Exercise, use object snaps. 1. Open m_object snaps.dwg. 2. On the status bar, make sure the following settings are on. Object snap dynamic input. 3. To set object snaps, on the status bar, right-click Object Snap. Click Settings. In the Drafting Settings dialog box, Object Snap tab, set the running object snaps as shown in the following illustration. Clear all object snaps in the column on the right side. Click OK. 4. To draw a line, on the Home tab, click Draw Panel Line. Select the endpoints as shown in the following illustration. Notice the appearance of the object snap. Press Enter to end the line command. You may need to use zoom and pan in order to view and snap to the correct points. 5. Press Enter to repeat the line command. Use the endpoint object snap to create another line right next to the previous one. 6. To draw a circle, on the Home tab, click Draw Panel Circle. Touch the outer circle and you should see the center snap marker. When the marker appears, click to select the center point. Enter. 6. Press Enter. Your circle should appear as shown in the following image. 7. Repeat the circle command for the other 3 corners of the part. Tip: the last radius value that you used is remembered, so when you are prompted for the radius, press Enter. Over the next few steps, you will use the object snap overrides to create geometry on the part. 8. To draw a line, on the Home tab, click Draw Panel Line. Shift plus right click and click Quadrant on the shortcut menu. Select the lower quadrant of the circle on the bottom left of the part. Shift plus right click and click Perpendicular on the shortcut menu. Select the vertical line on the part. Press Enter to end the line command. Repeat the previous step on the opposite side of the part. 10. Close all files. Do not save. If any need, contact me by Gmail md.assad7157@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get next video.